Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Diary of a Mystic. I'm a clairvoyant medium based in West Virginia. It's my new channel covering true crime cases as well as missing persons through a clairvoyant reading. I'm also a professional tarot reader, and I do have another channel on YouTube where I primarily do tarot readings. This is my new channel where I'll be covering real life true crime cases. Today we're going to be reading about the case of Kelsey Berreth from Woodland Park, Colorado. Another high-profile case coming out of Colorado in the last several months, akin to the high-profile case of Shanann Watts. Before I begin, I want to convey that this video is for insightful purposes to help those that are watching this case to give insight based upon primarily my clairvoyant insight. So please keep an open mind to the messages that come forth. I did take notes about the case as well as what I have seen, and I've also done a tarot reading along with this as well. So Kelsey Berreth was last seen on Thanksgiving Day 2018 with her baby Kaylee, who's 14 months old, in a Safeway. On that same day, she apparently exchanged the baby with her fiance Patrick Frazee. They are not currently living together at the time, but they were engaged and obviously shared visitation or custody with the baby. Reading news reports and watching some news videos on YouTube, the information that I did gather about Kelsey and Patrick is they met in 2010, apparently either online or during a flight, as she's a pilot. They did become engaged 2 years after in 2012, and then subsequently 5 years later, baby Kaylee was born. What's interesting is that they did not live together. Kelsey Berreth is 29, Patrick Frazee is 30. She was last seen on Thanksgiving Day. 3 days later, allegedly a text was sent to her job that she was not coming in for the week. And on the same day, a text was sent to him, to Frazee. That text has not been revealed. Her cell phone was then pinged 800 miles in Idaho, and subsequently the phone was found in Idaho. However, Frazee never reported her missing. Even after 10 days, her mother reported her missing. I did watch the news interview with the mom as well. Frazee lives on a 35-acre, what seems to me looks like a compound. His house was very large, and she lived in Woodland Park, Colorado. He was then arrested on December 21st and charged with 2 counts of murder in first degree, 3 counts of solicitation to commit murder in the first degree. So there's 2 theories in the case: that he acted alone to kill Kelsey, or he alone with other people killed her during a robbery, or he solicited someone to take part in the crime, basically meaning he hired or paid someone to do it. So that's what I've gathered about this case. So her body has not been found, but he has been charged with 2 counts of murder in the first degree. What I picked up on with this case from the reading, first off, especially from watching the video of the search on his property, is the home. The home, and they said into the woods, and they showed me a direct line from the back of his home curving to the left. I believe her body is on his property. I do not believe that her body is in Idaho. Even though her cell phone and purse were taken from her home, the cell phone was pinged in Idaho. I believe that that was a diversion tactic that he used, and that she is somewhere, and they showed me northwest on his property. 35 acres is a lot of ground to cover, but I believe that she is somewhere into the woods, and they also showed me like a small pond or a small drainage area. That's what I saw. Once again, please keep an open mind to these messages. That's what I've picked up on. I did pick up on that she wanted to wait. They almost had a business type of partnership, especially in the last 2 to 3 months. She wanted to wait. However, he was putting a lot of mental pressure on her, or what she describes or shows as a nightmare. A lot of mental anguish, sleepless nights, and pressure put upon her by him. He became very anxious and obsessive with her to the point of even spying on her or stalking her or following her in such a fashion that she may not have been aware of it. But I do pick up on that he was following her. He didn't like to lose. His ego is very much a part of who he is, very persuasive type of individual. And he wanted to win or get back at her for some reason. There was conflict and tension I picked up on, and a very quick aggression with him. I don't feel that this was premeditated. I feel that he attacked her. However, she knew her limitations with him in the relationship. She was very practical when it came to arrangements, especially surrounding or what was best for the baby. However, he comes across as aggressive, quick, and impulsive. I also pick up on that she either wanted to remain in a single independent state with him, separate from him, or perhaps wanted to date new people. I also pick up on that either he or she wanted to remain single and start a new relationship as well. So the ultimate goal that I picked up on in the reading was to have a traditional relationship, to have a traditional marriage. But he or she wanted to remain alone and single. Someone wanted to remain independently separate in the relationship. I do pick up on that he wanted to relocate. There may also have been talks about starting over or starting a new cycle with each other and moving or traveling together or moving away from the Colorado area. His energy comes across as wanting to take a risk and wanting to start over. However, she wanted to wait. Something was based on a promise from him to her. His energy is very persuasive, very charming, very charismatic with her. And there was some sort of promise that he gave to her, especially surrounding financial security. So she was really having a lot of hope and faith about the arrangement or the relationship, but she also had a strong resolution to wait. He may have promised her or gave her a false sense of security or pretense of luring her with faith or good news. I believe that day that she, once again, he comes across as being very risky, risk taker, impulsive. He lured her with a pretense of good news of some kind. However, she was still resolute in staying firm or remaining independent from him. There also may have been talks or a sense of eloping with her from him. A sense of, let's just take off and go get married. And this may have been based upon other reasons than love from him. There seems to have been a contract or agreement or some sort of financial binding that he was involved in where marriage for her was not an option, but for him it would have been beneficial. So there was also a cycle of money that was to come in for him through this. So a new cycle or coming into money or a new cycle with money is very much indicated. But there's also a sense of hiding or withholding financial assets from her. So she may have been under the assumption of an arrangement, whereas he was holding on to a lot of information. I also pick up on that he greatly wished for this. This was like his ultimate goal, but at the same time he was holding back about financial disclosure. He may also have been holding back about financial disclosure from either attorneys or a legal team of some kind. So there was a quickness, a sense of quickness or drama or dramatic fashion, and also a quick exit. So the impulsive act, I don't believe that this was premeditated, but the aggression was there with him. I don't feel that there was another person involved. I very much feel that he lured her with a false pretense. It was an impulsive act, and they showed me head trauma. Now she's about 5'2", 110 pounds. She's very tiny. But I believe that there is some sort of, on the right side of her cranium, at the back of her head, of some sort of head trauma. The diversion that he took of Idaho, I don't believe that she is in Idaho. There have been speculations that perhaps that she just decided to leave impulsively and go to Idaho. Because of the nature that it was 10 days from the date of when she went missing to when it was reported, he had a lot of time. If he were to drive to Idaho with the baby and to come back, I do believe that she is on his property. And once again, they showed me NW for Northwest, somewhere on his property. I did see from news video that they did or tried to dig up around his home. I don't know if they did anywhere else on the property. But there's something still relatable to her on his property. But he very much wanted to move, to relocate, to start over with her, and something very much where she may have been cautious or cautionary about his wishes, and he was adamant. But this Patrick Frazee had a lot of aggression. She really wanted to remain independent from him. That came up a couple of times in the reading as well. This need for separate finances or something revolving around money, and also the need to focus and concentrate on her child, her career, where she was. So that's what I picked up on surrounding the case of Kelsey Berreth. I will also do a follow-up video